This is the fatherhood experience. Turn it up, cause tonight you'll learn how to leave behind the average dad life. This the fatherhood experience. It's time to lead my family and become the father figure I deserve to be. The fatherhood experience.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Fatherhood Experience, where we help dads become better dads. We're your hosts, Jason Priest and Zach Smith, and we have a very, very fun episode for you guys today. But before we dive in, just want to give a huge shout out to all you guys who continue to follow along with our mission. We would not be here without you, okay? You guys know that we don't run ads. We don't run ads for the show. We don't run ads on the show. We're not here to waste your time. So the only thing that we ever ask of you is a simple value exchange. If you get anything today that makes you think, it makes you laugh, it makes you a better man, it provokes your thoughts to start considering making some positive change into your life, share the show. That's all we ask of you, is to get this into the ears of more dads who could potentially change their lives by tuning in each and every week to our show. We truly appreciate your support. And if you haven't taken 10 seconds out of your day to leave us a review, we would greatly appreciate any feedback you have for us and any content suggestions. If there's something that you want to hear about, something health related. We just did a muscle building workshop for our fatherhood guys. If it's something around lab work, if it's anything health related, fitness related, or leadership related when it comes to being a better dad, drop that in the show, or drop that in the comments of your review, and we will include that in our future episodes. So we read every single review. We truly appreciate your feedback, and we will absolutely bring you value today. So today we are talking about how easy it is to stand out in 2023. And you might be thinking to yourself right now, well, shit, I'm in a tough spot. How can I stand out in 2023? And so Zach and I are going to break that down for you. I am in the middle of moving right now. Zach's got a baby on the way, as you guys know. So we got a lot of chaos in our life. So Zach, what's up, dude? How is things in Zach Smith's world today?
It's all right. It's all right, man. It's chaotic. But here's the deal. You want to talk about separating ourselves from everybody else, from the normal person, from the average human being? Do the shit that needs to be done, whether you like it or not, whether you feel like it or not, because that's what we do as adults, right? Your world is chaotic. You're prepping to move, right? You're trying to get offers. You're trying to pack up. You're trying to get the heck out and move to San Antonio. I'm trying to front load as much work as I humanly possibly can, while my wife is doing the same as we prep for our kid in July. Yeah. And here we are recording this. Yep. How do you separate yourself? I'm gonna dive head first and just say, just damn work. Yeah. Just do the damn work. You think me and Jason want to be here talking right now? To be completely honest, I don't.
I've got shit to do too, but
tons of things that I got to do. But we're here and we show up because we know that this is in the best interest of not only ourselves, but our listeners, so that they can get the value and continue to be motivated and inspired to continue moving forward, to separate themselves from the rest of these bums out there that aren't doing a damn thing.
Yeah. No, I love it. And it's a hard hitting way to start, but the reality is
it's the truth.
It is the truth. And that's all we do is speak the truth. And at the end of the day, man, there are times when I don't want to get up and make that next post. There are times when I don't want to get up and make that next fucking Instagram reel. There are times when I don't want to get up and show my face on a coaching class. But at the end of the day, I know what my purpose is and I know why I'm alive. And so I get up every day showing up, because I know that if I impact one man each and every day, that I'm doing my job, right? I'm moving forward and I'm fulfilling my purpose. And so I think that, a big message in today's show is really not just us raising our standards as men, but also showing our children what it's like to stand out. Because in 2023, it's pretty easy to stand out. And what we mean by that, when we say it's easy to stand out in 2023, it's pretty easy, dude. You just gotta exercise and move more than most people. Eat some nutritious foods, focus on getting quality sleep and recovery, and value meaningful, focused work. Like, if you just do those 4 things, you're standing out in a otherwise piss poor standards crowd that has become our country. And it's very sad. And so I want to make sure that not only are we talking about this, but our listeners have actionable things that they can show their children. And at the end of the day, it's about showing them, right? Leading by example, you doing your shit. But encouraging our children and letting them know, hey, dude, like, look at all the guys. And you don't have to use the terminology losers like you and I do, But dude, there's a lot of losers out there. And when I'm talking to my son in the grocery store, we talked about the grocery cart, right? Raymond, one of our community members in the Fatherhood, posted the thing about the grocery cart. And I put it in my story and I said, we got a good laugh out about this, but this is the standard that we all live by in the Fatherhood, because every single one of us has a certain set of minimum standards that we won't fall below. And our children need to be aware of this. Our children need to not only see this, but learn this so that they can stand out when it's time for them to rise above the rest.
Everything is ass backwards right now. Let's cover a couple of things that we've talked about in the past. Like you need some reinforcing of our claim that societal standards have been reducing over the course of time. Let's talk about some of the things that we've talked about in the past on our episodes, right? I have mentioned how the CDC reduced the language from toddlers and infants and babies, right? Up to 90%.
Talked about that.
We have talked about that, right? From 18 to 50 words to 2 to 3 or 1 to 3 at 18 months. We've talked about that. We have heard about the whole food pyramid thing, right? Remember they're saying now, what was it? I don't know exactly what it was, but Lucky Charms is healthier than meat or something like that. That's completely messed up. Now, get this. Yeah. It's super messed up, right? And a couple days ago, a friend of mine posted on his story talking about, hey, did this guy get fatter or is it me? And it's that, that yellow sign with the pedestrian crossing, and it's a man, and this dude is thick. Okay.
The pedestrian cartoon on the sign has gotten fat. The stick figure is not a stick figure anymore. It's a fucking round figure.
Angular, right? He used to be a cartoon, a caricature, whatever the hell you want to call it, angular. Now he's a shape. He is more rounded. He is bigger. What is going on here? Why are we reducing the standards in every way, shape, and form? Why is the government allowing us to be in this state of health, or lack of, I should say? Like, what's next? Are we going to increase the BMI chart to be like, oh, if you're 5'11", you can be 207 pounds and you will be healthy? What's next? What is next,
Jason? All of it. And the thing is when you see these, we'll bring up a couple of them. The magazine articles of the healthy at every size, right? With the obese woman eating an apple. You've got, I saw a combination picture where they do like the Calvin Klein from like 1992 versus Calvin Klein now. One had like, fucking Mark Wahlberg and Uma Thurman or something in their underwear looking all fine and chiseled. The other one had two obese slobs drooling on themselves, right? And they're both in Calvin Klein underwear. So this is by design, and we know this, and I'm not going to go on the political spectrum here, but it is by design. And, I know that I listen to Andy Frisella quite a bit, and he's big on this, personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. And I don't want to go down that lane today. I really want to focus on the task at hand here, which is, obviously standing out in 2023 because you raise your standards. But when we look at the big picture here, this is the demoralization of our society. When we have obese people, they become consumers, and they're exactly what big pharma loves. They're exactly what big food loves. They're exactly what big government loves. They're the scrolling, consuming, medication-taking fat people, let's call it what it is, who are the maximum consumer. They're the ones that get on Netflix. They're the ones that get on Amazon Prime. They're the ones that order DoorDash all the time. They're the ones that are stuck on all the medications, and they're the best money producer for the government. And so when you look at the big picture and you think about the why behind the how, well, wouldn't that drive you even more to raise your standards and maybe even subscribe to something like Andy talks about, that personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion? Because when we raise our standards, what do other people do around us, right? Not just our children. You and I have talked about all of our guys in the community being an influencer in some form or fashion. And when you got fucking crosswalk guys, the stick figure who turned into an obese figure, why don't you peel back the onion layer and think about why this is happening? They want you fucking fat. They want you addicted. So wouldn't you want to do the opposite?
It makes no sense at all. So while you were talking, it reminded me of a clip I saw from the Joe Rogan podcast where he was talking to that comedian, Andrew Scholes. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. But anyways, he was talking about how he absolutely hates fat models. He's like, oh, okay, what's up with that? He goes, well, look, professional athletes need to train their entire life in order to get in the NFL, NBA, whatever it is, right? Yep. And as a comedian, he has to work on his act. He has to earn those laughs that he gets from the audience, right? They don't just laugh because he's up on stage. If it's not funny, they're not going to laugh.
Well, that would be like you paying to go see Dave Chappelle and he just stands there.
Exactly. So he
Silent.
says,
You're there to see Dave Chappelle, but you're not laughing because there's no jokes.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So you get where I'm going with this, right? Everybody in every position, everywhere, whether you're an amateur or professional, you need to work to some degree in order for you to earn that position. But if you're a fat model, what did you do?
You ate. There's
What
no
did you do?
meritocracy left. There's no meritocracy, right?
No meritocracy whatsoever.
None. It's gone.
You have not earned anything.
Yep.
You did not earn anything. So what is there to be proud of at being a fat model? Nobody aspires to be a fat model unless you're a fat person who doesn't want better for yourself. But most of these, and I want to say most of these people, a lot of people know they need to get better, but most of these people aren't trying to actively pursue excellence. And of course, health and fitness is very much a part of that because there's so many dumb fools on this planet that are trying to justify it. Here's another example. Everybody knows that Piers Morgan guy, right? Whether you hate him, love him, agree with him, disagree, I don't give a shit.
The guy speaks the truth, man. Sometimes
he does. He speaks the truth. Sometimes he'll say things I agree with. Sometimes not. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. But in this particular
sometimes
interview,
he's full of shit. You don't have to love him.
No, and you don't have to agree with every single thing that every single person says at like every sentence and every point, right? But the reality is, for the most part, he speaks objective truth. So he was talking to this obese plus size model who was like 4 foot or 5 foot, like 4 and like 390 pounds or something insane, and talking about her obesity because she was supposedly in Miley Cyrus's video. I don't freaking know. I just saw the clip of it. And she tried to, instead of providing evidence to back her claim of being healthy at every size or whatever it may be, she tried to drag his name in the dirt with her. Because when you don't have a leg to stand on, all you can do is fall down and bring the person next to you down with you.
Yeah. She
has no argument. She has no evidence to support her claim that being obese is okay. Nothing. Instead of raising her standards, she's trying to bring everybody else down with her, right? Very along the lines of what we talked about in our coaching call, where we want to be the people that uplift others versus having that artificial sense of progress by stepping on other people's heads to feel like you're going higher, when in reality, you're just trying to push them down.
The opposite of leadership, dude. That fucking crabs in the bucket bullshit.
Opposite. Yeah. Absolute complete opposite, man. And it's a massive disaster that there are so many people and advocates that are trying to defend obesity and healthy at every size, when we all know that the scientific literature proves otherwise. It's insane. I could go on forever about these, dude. There was another doctor. I actually sent this to my wife and she said, that is insane. She said, and surprise, surprise, obese doctor, talking about it's not about calories. It's about genetics. It's not about energy balance.
Well, we covered this a couple weeks ago on, what was that doctor's name? She had the tie to the weight loss medication she was pumping, right? So she had the financial link. So she was out there saying that has nothing to do with lifestyle, and then it was all genetics, all because she was her pockets were being lined by this fucking medication she's pumping.
And then this one, she's a fat doctor. So guess what? If you follow the paper trail, she's not getting kickbacks from medications. However, she is justifying her own bias. She's confirming her own bullshit. She is literally vomiting shit and then eating it again. She is just regurgitating nonsense. It makes no sense. So if there's a skinny doctor blaming genetics, she's trying to make money off you with medication. If you have a fat doctor blaming genetics, it's because they're too damn lazy to do what needs to be done in order to lose the weight. Because the reality is, everybody can. And if you're truly an expert in obesity or nutrition or whatever it may be, there should be no reason as to why you cannot get down to a somewhat healthy weight. If you are 5'4" and you're 250 pounds as a woman, that is not even close to healthy at all. I don't care.
And there's no saying that that's healthy, because everybody looks at you and says, no, that's wrong. And we know that, right? And like, you can tell me all day long that you can have health at every size. But dude, I worked in the fucking ICU. There's a trend in the ICU. I don't know if you know this, but generally speaking, fat people die more often and have way more chronic conditions. I don't know why, but it's just the fact. Okay. And so, there's a lot of angles that we can go here, but I think from what I'm gathering from what we've both said so far is that we need to observe the direction that society's going and go the opposite, because right now we have this sheep mentality, right? You saw it with the fucking masks, and I said I wasn't going to get political, but these are great examples. This is right in our face every day. So you got the masks, right? And all of these people were convinced that these things were making a difference. And slowly but surely over time, less and less started wearing it. You still have those assholes out there that are still fucking walking around with the face diaper on, right? It's this sheep mentality. And so when you, as a man, you're not ready to confront the true issue at hand, it's very easy to have that, like that guilt by association, but like it makes you feel better, right? You justify your behavior because you still have your fat friends, or you got these people down here that are not pulling for you, but they're more like you because you're not ready for change yet. So you're like, well, fuck, here's my fat drunk friends that like to go to the bar every weekend. I want to spend time with them because they make me feel better. Well, why do they make you feel better? They make you feel better about yourself because you're doing a little bit more than they are, right? You're not getting as drunk as them. You're not as fat as them. You don't have pizza sauce on your shirt as bad as they do after you eat, right? Like there's a lot of things that go along with it where it's very attractive, right? I get it. When I was not in my best, I didn't want to hang around dudes that were like healthy and fit and wanted to go and like do a fucking hike. I wanted to hang around with dudes that wanted to smoke weed, drink beer, and go to the golf course. Hey, huge difference. And so I get it. I understand the desire, but again, why would we not want to do the opposite of what the herd of sheep is doing? Because in order to stand out and rise above the rest, rise above the crop, as standards fall, why don't we focus on raising ours, right? As society weakens, why don't you focus on getting stronger? If you want to turn your body into a weapon against adversity, that starts with you actually owning the fact that you're a man and wanting to have more testosterone, wanting to be more of a man. I'm not saying you got to go out and kick somebody's ass, but you need to be able to at least be capable of defending your family, capable of stopping someone from fucking breaking in your house, capable of having a confrontation at the mall where somebody fucked with your kid or your wife, right? I'm not advocating for violence, but dude, most of these soft ass fucking sissy boys out there, the soy boys, couldn't hold shit on their family if they tried. A lot of these guys have wives that can kick their ass, right? And so I think that as a society, dude, we're watching our standards crumble, which means our health crumbles along with it. And it's becoming more and more easy to rise above the crop because all you got to do is have standards that are like subpar. You and I talked about it. It doesn't even take much to rise above the rest, right? Exercise, eat healthy, and have like focus on doing good in the world. And that's it. Like those are pretty piss poor standards if you ask me, but it's a hell of a lot better than most people have right now.
Yeah, you said that we need to talk about how societal standards are lowering, but we've been. And unfortunately, we've been consistently lately because literally
it's not going away either, dude. It's sad. I hate talking about it if I'm being honest.
It's worse. Yeah, so do I. I absolutely do. But the reality is, if it gets worse, if we get introduced to new lower standards in society from the government, from whatever, wherever, whoever, we're going to continue to talk about this, dude, because if this is the kick in the ass that somebody listening might need to hear in order for them to change their life, I will kick you in the ass as hard as I possibly can. I will kick you in the face. I don't care where. Sometimes people need a gut check, okay? They don't need their gut altered like the fat guy on the pedestrian sign. They need a gut check. So the reality is this, man. We wanted to initially talk about how we need to go against the grain and commit to personal excellence in order for us to lead our family by example, our children by example, so that they could just become better versions of us at a younger age. That's what we wanted to talk about. But guess what? We naturally gravitated toward the decline in the standards of society because honestly speaking, this is the world that our children are going to live in. So let's bring it right back to that, right? If we don't do anything about this, if we just conform to the new societal standards, we are letting our kids grow up in an environment that is going to make them look like that, act like that, be like that. And
we'll lose our country at that point, dude. It's like,
yes,
we'd be too far gone. And that's why it's so important that we're having this conversation.
It's bad, man. So that's what, and think about this, man. So if you don't get your shit together, you are fucking over your next generation, your children. I don't care what you think. If your children are in a worse off position than you because you didn't get your shit together, you're a selfish piece of shit.
Yep.
That's my fucking honest opinion. If you do not lead by example for your children, if you live a life that of a hypocrite by telling them they need to go out and achieve their dreams and be healthy and go for the scholarships and try to go for professional sports, and your lazy ass is on the couch wiping crumbs off on your damn shirt, you're a fucking hypocrite, dude. That's the reality of what it is, man. So if you're not achieving and striving personal excellence in all areas of your life, you are letting down your kids. And if you're not the man that you used to, when you married her, you are letting down your spouse. You are ultimately selfish. Yep. You cannot allow your children to grow up into this new societal norm because they are going to do the same damn thing that you did when you let them down and let their children be worse off too. You are going to be the person that projects your family into a future of prosperity and health, longevity, and all those good things, or you're going to be the downfall. But it's up to you. It's not your grandfathers, your forefathers. It's not your children.
All that, dude. Yep.
It is yours. Man the fuck up, beat your chest, and lead your family from the front on the path that is least traveled. Because right now, everybody's walking the fat, lazy, convenient path. You got to go on the path that you know is right, not the path that everybody else is going on. That's bullshit. Man the fuck up. It's time.
I like it, dude. I like it. Actually, I love it because, dude, when you walk the path that's less traveled in today's day and age, there's no footprints on that path. It's empty. It's a very, it could potentially be a lonely path for a while until you run into the people that actually chose that path with you, because men like us are becoming fewer and fewer far between. And I can't agree with you more. We talked about this a few weeks ago on changing generational trends for you and for your family. And I love what you just said about blaming the grandpa or the granddad, because we hear it a lot, right? It's like, well, my whole family's fucking obese and this is just how I'm supposed to be. I'm like, no, loser, you got on the phone with me for a reason. We're here to change that, dude. You're here to not be a loser anymore. You're here to rise above the crop so that you can change generational trends for your family. Because if you take this seriously right now, your current 8-year-old and 5-year-old who are overweight a little bit and already headed to childhood obesity can very much reverse this, and your whole family can be a healthy family. And now your kids can go have healthy kids because they've been indoctrinated into a healthy world, right? If you choose the path of the path of most or of least resistance, and you go down the path that's very traveled right now, your family, you're going to create the generational trend of obesity, because you might have gotten married to, you might have been in healthy, good shape. Your wife might have been in good shape. You both got fat. You had kids, and now your kids are starting to get a little chunky, and you're wondering if this is your path forward. No, it's not. It's a decision. It's a choice that you have to wake up every day and make to live with yourself. Are you going to choose to have a fat family, or are you going to choose to have a fit family? It's literally that easy. You got to be the one that fucking makes the choice. Now, do they all follow ahead right in the first week or two? No, but you are the man of the house. You are the father of your family. And if you're going to lead by example, you must show them the way. So many guys get caught up in this. Well, I tell my kids to go out and kick the soccer ball around and bump the volleyball around and eat a fucking apple while I'm on my fat ass eating chips and watching Netflix, right? That ain't it. And so if that's you, this is a wake-up call for you right now, because we need you to raise your standards with us so that we can change this fucking country for the better, change future generations, get rid of the fucking obesity epidemic that we have in this country, and maybe be a hell of a lot more like France or one of these other countries that has a fit population. How nice would it be to not only be the most resourceful country in the world, but also be the healthiest country in the world? We're a far cry from that right now.
100%, man. 100%. Our kids are going to practice the behaviors that they see us practicing on a day-to-day basis. I just made a post a couple days ago with Ace, where he was flexing in a big mirror that he saw after I brought him to the bathroom on Mother's Day at a restaurant. And I'm just like, oh, I took a picture of it because I'm like, wow, like I did not expect that. I didn't say anything about the mirror. I didn't tell him to hit a pose. I didn't tell him anything. He just did something because he knows that his biceps is relative to fitness, which he knows that I'm all about, because we do, let's hit like 10 squats, let's do push-ups, like things like that, right? You guys don't realize that the seeds that you're planting in your children's minds will sprout. And the more you water them, the earlier they sprout. And the earlier they sprout, the stronger those roots are going to be lodged into their brain. So if you plant shit seeds, they will have deeply rooted shit behaviors over the course of their life. And that makes it significantly harder to reverse thereafter because it is so lodged inside their being and their identity. Guys, you have to understand that everything that you do and you say is reinforcing a positive or a negative behavior in your child. That's why we say leading by example is the only way, which was absolutely my point in that post. Yep. Look, if you're not leading by example, you're not a leader. You're just a dad. Anybody can be a dad, right? Yep. If you got a dick, balls,
title. It's a title. Yep.
You can be a dad. But you're not going to be a great father unless you're leading your child down the path less traveled. And I wish it was the path most traveled, but it's not.
No.
So if we want to raise our standards, if we want to go against the grain, if we want to actually be exceptional, unfortunately, that bar has been reduced so low that it doesn't take much. So what does that mean for you? That means that if you're not doing this, you're that much shittier.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to say.
It's the truth, dude.
But if the average is now below average and you can't even achieve average, what are you doing?
You're not working hard enough. You're not working hard enough.
You're not working at all if you can't even become average. That's really because what does it take to be below average? Literally nothing.
Yep.
The fat model, right, is below average.
Yep.
She didn't do a damn thing, but she applied for a job. That is called below average. Is that your standard? Is that acceptable to you?
That's what's acceptable to the United States of America right now, and it pains me.
And it's not acceptable. Look,
we're
all for inclusivity. We're all for living your life the way you want. We're all for believing what you want to believe. We talk about this shit all the time, but there are objective truths that you cannot deny. And being fat and unhealthy is one of those things. Now, healthy.
It's a choice.
It is a choice, absolutely. And look, I understand that everybody has different starting points. Some people are more educated than others. Some people have access to this and that, socioeconomic.
It's not a judgment thing, dude. I get it. I get it. It's not. But look, if these guys have been listening to our show long enough, it's not a judgment thing. We're calling it what it is. You're just calling out the cold, hard truth. And unfortunately, we've reached a day and age where the truth hurts. And for most men listening to this, the truth is going to hurt. It is going to kick you in the balls a little bit. If you're 30, shit, I had a guy fucking message me yesterday, dude, that says, I need to lose about 20 pounds. I'm not obese. I'm like, okay. So I asked him, how tall are you? What's your weight? Dude said, I'm 5'10", 240. Oh, you're not obese, huh? Yeah, 5'10", 240. I just need to lose about 20 pounds. I said, okay. So I challenged him, just like I always do. I'm going to always challenge your ass. I said, so you're 5'10". Would you be cool with getting down to 175, 180? Because that's what I weigh, and I'm in really fucking solid shape, okay? He says, nah, about 210, maybe 200. I said, oh, okay. Well, you said you're not obese, but at 200, that's still going to put you in the obese category. His response back to me was, would you call LeBron James obese? I said, buddy, LeBron James is 6'9", 215 pounds. You are 5'10", 240 pounds. What are we doing here? He's 6'9", a foot taller than you, and is only 10 pounds more than you. And you want to use him as leverage, as your argument? Like, this is the mentality men have, dude. So yeah, you need to be challenged. You need to be fucking told the truth. Because yes, you are fat. If you're carrying around 20 or 25, 40 extra pounds, you need to be told the truth, because that's sitting all on top of your visceral organs right now, okay? It's not cute. It's not fluffy. It's not soft. It's not dad bod cute. It's fucking fat, and you need to be told that, okay? So now that you know that you have a problem, now it's time for you to raise your standards and fix the problem. We're not advocating for everybody to have a six-pack. I'm advocating for you to show your family what it's like to live a healthy lifestyle. That's it. That's all I'm advocating for. Wherever your starting point is, just like Zach said, doesn't matter where your starting point is. It matters that you're getting up every day with the eye on the prize of getting healthy and becoming the most elite version of yourself. If you're not there, you're listening to the wrong fucking show. That's it.
All right, guys. So here's my final thoughts. Leading by example is the only way.
Close this out.
It's up to you to change the trajectory of your family towards prosperity, longevity, and health, so that they can live a very happy, quality and quantity filled life, and all of the likes. Okay. So we all know that show American Idol that went on for like 10 plus years or whatever it is, right? you know that
That
it's
guy looks
hilarious.
fucked up, by the way. Have you seen him, Simon Cowell?
No, but you've told me that.
Holy shit, dude.
He looks like a doll now. I don't know. I don't keep
You
up
got to
with
go
that.
Google his face. He doesn't even look the same. Sorry, but that was worthy of me cutting you off because holy
No,
fuck,
no,
dude.
I don't mind, dude.
It's sad, man. He does. He looks awful. He went
so
full Botox and like he's like wearing a mask now. It is
I
bad.
literally googled Simon Cowell new face, and you're right. He looks like a disaster. He looks
It's
like
sad,
when
dude. He fucked his world up.
like
Anyway, American Idol.
When you rob a bank in the 90s and you put that
Yeah,
nylon
that's
over,
him. That's him.
what he looks like.
The fucking pantyhose. The pantyhose mask. Yeah.
He looks kind of crazy right now. But anyway, so going back to American Idol, we all know those people that it was hilarious to watch because they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be a star in this and that. Then they start singing and it's like, oh, my goodness, who did this? And then they're like, that was the worst thing I've ever seen. Randy be like, that's going to be a no for me, dog. And
yeah,
then
that's going to be a no for me, big dog. Yeah.
The contestant will be like, no, I'm good. My mom said I was good. My dad said I was good. There's no way. You guys are deaf. You're tone deaf. You don't know this shit. Being delirious, guys. So my point in bringing that up is if you want to make a change so that you can lead your family on the path less traveled to pursue, excellence, you need to stay away from people who are telling you that you are good when you're not.
I love that.
Because the people who really care are the ones that are going to tell you that sounds like shit. You have some work to do. How can I help?
Yeah.
Those are your real friends. Your real friends are going to say, dude, I've noticed you've been gaining weight over the course of X amount of years. I've noticed that you're starting to breathe significantly harder as we're going on our normal ass walks, going up flights of stairs. I've noticed that you've been having to go to the doctor more often. I've noticed that you're actually telling your kids to do this, but you're not able to do so anymore. I've noticed that you're having knee pain, hip pain, back pain now. I've noticed all that shit. You already know all the slew of bullshit that goes with being overweight. The friends that tell you that are the ones who care, the ones you need to be around, and the ones that you need to keep in your life. The ones that are like, let's go drinking, and they reinforce that bad behavior. They don't fucking care about you. They care about a fucking great time. Pull the alcohol back away, pull the partying away, and start focusing on you and see what happens to all your party friends who always hit you up all the time because they thought you thought they were your good buddies. They will fucking vanish.
They will vanish quickly.
Fucking vanish. Keep around in your life the people that are telling you the truth because they have your best interest in mind, whether you want to hear it or not. Objective truth will always be better than a fluffy lie.
100%,
surround yourself with like-minded individuals, and that's how you are going to start your journey of winning. And that's what we fucking formed. Jason, you close us out. Tell them how they could go join a community of fathers of like-minded individuals all pursuing this shit.
You just described brotherhood, dude. You just defined the word brotherhood because if you've got people in your life that are the ego feeders, they're also going to be the crabs in a bucket when you do start to succeed. You do start to do a little bit better. Those same drunk friends that are telling you, oh, you don't look fat, dude. You look a little fluffy. It's cool. Girls love the dad bod. When you start to get fit and you start to get a little bit of fucking tightness in your shirt, you start to lose the gut, they're going to be like, hey, dude, what are you doing? Trying to fucking work out these days? Right? Same fucking friends. They all want you to feel good until you start doing better than them. Same fucking mentality. So brotherhood is what we're all about. And if you want to become a part of the fatherhood, this is your call to action, man. Like, look, we got our $10 a month group, right? Go get in it. fitnessfordadsbydads.com. If you want to get your feet wet and get a little taste of what we're about, go sign up. fitnessfordadsbydads.com. However, if you want to apply to the fatherhood and actually get on a call with our team and speak to us about how we could potentially help you become the most elite version of yourself, go down in the show notes or go to thefatherhoodexperience.com, click on services and click on the fatherhood. Apply now. Very easy. You're going to get on our calendar. You're going to pick a spot. You're going to talk with either Zach or I. We don't have guys taking our sales calls because we vet all the people that we work with. Okay. All the dads that come into our community, we want to know them on a personal level. So you will speak with Zach or myself directly if you book a call. So go to thefatherhoodexperience.com, click on services and book a call, click on the fatherhood and you'll learn all about it. Our whole landing page is there. You can see all the testimonials, all of that stuff. But dude, this is your call to action, man. If you need some help, you want some help, you want to get rid of the loser mentality and you're ready to rise above, you're ready to put the weight and health struggles behind you and you're ready to raise your standards as a man, click those links, get into our world and let us help you because guys like us do not conform to societal standards. We rise above the rest. You guys go get better this week. Today's Momentum Monday. Get out there and crush it this week. And we'll see you guys in our next episode. Y'all have an awesome week. See you soon.